Hey guys, it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so today's video is going to be all about first time tattoos and the advice that I have for those going in for their first tattoo. Now, today's video is really special because it is in collaboration with one of my personal favorite YouTubers, Yasmine. She used to be known as the Random Explorer, but she recently changed her channel name to her own name. Way to go, girly. She is fantastic. I absolutely adore her content. She does hold the title of Emo Mom of YouTube. She posts a great deal about music. She is also a music journalist, and I just think her content is all around spectacular. Also, I'm jealous of her hair. So, if you do not know who Yasmine is, please go check out her channel. Her link will be listed below. She's just fantastic. So this video is just gonna be all about the advice that I would personally give someone going in for their first tattoo, advice that I wish I had kind of adhered to when I was going in for my first tattoo. You know, take it or leave it, take it with a grain of salt, whatever, what have you, it doesn't matter. So the first piece of advice that I have is do your research. This is also for do your research of tattoo shops and do your research of tattoo artists. You may find yourself a great shop, but not every artist there may be fantastic, or you may find yourself a really shoddy shop, but there's an artist there that is just spectacular. Do your research. Look into things. Look into their social media pages. Look into Yelp reviews. Do people still look at Yelp reviews? I don't know. But look into them if they do. Just please, please, please do your research. Just do it. It may take time, but just do it. You get what you pay for. And what I mean by this is, don't go cheap. Do not try and find the shop or the artist with the cheapest price just because you're not willing to fork out the money for a good piece. Good work costs money. You get what you pay for. Don't try and cheap your way out of something that is permanent on your body, okay? Okay, don't be a cheapskate. If you can't pay for it, don't get it. Bring a friend to your tattoo appointment, not your crew. No tattoo artist or shop wants to see you roll up with like your entire entourage. Bring a friend, bring a family member. Two max. Two max. Do not bring any more than that because a lot of times tattoo shops will only let you bring back one person as it is. Don't bring your entire motley crew. Just don't. Just don't. Really consider the placement. For me personally, my first tattoo is on my wrist. It's covered up by my watch right now, but it is my book right here. The placement, I don't mind so much. How it is like presented, I do. Because I didn't think I was gonna get any more tattoos, and so it's facing me. I would prefer to be facing away now because all of my other tattoos are facing away from me. So why is that one facing me? You get what I'm saying? Really consider your placement. If it's something that you know you're gonna need to hide, I mean, a wrist is a pretty good one. Just get a watch and ta-da, there it goes. But really, really consider placement, especially if you plan to get more tattoos in the future. You don't want them to look like, there's nothing wrong with a patchwork sleeve, if that's your route, but sometimes it's not very cohesive, and so it starts to look a little odd. Maybe not to you, but to the rest of the world, and who really gives a crap about the rest of the world? But really, for your benefit, just consider placement, especially if you plan on getting anything in the future, or even if you don't, because really and truly, this was gonna be the only tattoo I was gonna get, and now look at me. This is a personal thing. You may not feel the same way, but start small-ish. It doesn't need to be the tiniest thing on earth, but if you've never gotten a tattoo before and never experienced the sensation of getting a tattoo before, you might want to start a little small before you just dive right on into a rib piece. Just a thought. Do not skimp on your aftercare. Do not think that it is healed 1 week after you've gotten it. 2 weeks is the minimum that you should care for a new tattoo. Minimum. By that time, it should be pretty healed, but do not skimp on your aftercare. Follow your artist's instructions. Every artist is gonna have preferences that, you know, completely differ, but do not skimp on it. Wash it as many times a day as they tell you. Moisturize it as many times a day as they tell you. Keep it clean. Keep it open. It is an open wound. You need to make sure that it can breathe. Don't skimp on your aftercare. When going in for your first tattoo, or just any tattoo in general, be comfortable. Don't wear tight, constrictive clothes, especially if it's going to be a larger piece, despite what my last piece of advice was. But be comfortable. Wear something that you can move around in, that you can easily take on and off. Like after you get the tattoo, if you need to get clothing away from that area afterwards, make sure it's something that you can easily take off. So like, don't be wearing skinny jeans if you're getting something on your foot. Just leggings are good. Shorts are good. Baggy pants are good. Those are just examples for like a foot. But just be comfortable with it, especially if it's gonna be a bigger piece. You're gonna be there a while. Make sure you consider long and hard the design that you're getting, and do not be afraid to speak up to your artist. This is something that I wish I had done with a few of my first tattoos, like the cat dog silhouette on my ankle. I wish I had spoken up and said that I didn't want the lines to be as thick, but I was like, the artist knows best. This is what she's going with, yada, yada, yada. No, I wish I had spoken up because I really hate the fact that those lines are as thick as they are. Luckily, my new artist and I, who has done like all of my animal tattoos, she and I have worked out a cover up that will be pretty good at covering such thick black lines, but really, really consider long and hard the design. Go in with your design ideas, let the artist come up with something, and if there's something that you want to change or that you really don't like about it, speak up. Do not be afraid to speak up. Don't be an ass about it, but speak up. Consider the timing around you getting said tattoo. Consider things like upcoming events, or maybe travel plans, or even the time of year. Really consider those things, because if you're getting a tattoo and then plan on going on a trip somewhere where you're gonna get in the ocean or in a pool, prob's not a good idea, because you're not supposed to soak tattoos for at least 2 weeks or longer. Really consider it. Time of year is also good. Summertime is a pretty good time to get a tattoo because you don't have to have on as many layers of clothing. During the winter, you think would be good because you're like,
oh, I can hide it easily.
Yeah, but you want a new tattoo to be able to breathe. So also consider the time of year. Also, any upcoming events. If you need to hide a tattoo from a family member and you're going to a wedding and you've just gotten this new tattoo on your back and your dress is just exposes that, probably consider that, because you can't cover it up because it's brand new. Really consider the timing. If the timing doesn't work out, you can come back to it later. My final piece of advice is tip your artist. Don't be a cheapskate. This goes back to finding the cheapest possible place to get a tattoo. Tip your artist. They are just like any kind of other service. You know, when you go to get your hair done, you tip your stylist. When you go to get your nails done, you tip your artist. It's the same thing. They are an artist. They are creating something for you. Tip them, and don't be an ass about it. Just saying. But those are just some pieces of advice that I have. This could be taken, you know, first tattoo or even 50th tattoo. Advice for everyone. But it's some advice that I wish I had followed when I got my first few tattoos, especially like placement and design. I wish I had thought a little bit more about those. I also wish I had done a little bit more research on some shops and artists. Luckily, I have found my shop and my artist now, but the first few ones, not my favorite. If you have any other pieces of advice that you would give first-time tattoo getters, goers, I don't know, people getting a tattoo for the first time, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to know what advice you might give some people. I mean, don't be an ass with it. Don't be like, don't get one at all. You know what, to that I just have to say. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. Go on down there and hit that subscribe button wherever it may be, because I don't know. Even though I do, this is just my shtick now. Also hit that notification bell in case you want to know when I upload, and in case YouTube wants to let you know when I upload, because I would really appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.